This MBRP Black Series Cat-Back exhaust is for those of you that have a 2012 and up JK and are looking to get a lower and louder exhaust tone while changing up the attitude of your Jeep with this black single outlet, all while saving some money. This is going to be a little bit less expensive of a system than some of the others out there on the market. Now, this will fit your 2012 and up JK, whether you have a 2-door or a 4-door. If you do have a 2-door, you're gonna have to do a little bit of cutting to get this system to fit, but either way, still a pretty easy install, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. This system is made of aluminized steel covered in this high temp black coating, which is one of the ways that MBRP is able to keep the cost of the system down a little bit. A stainless system is going to be significantly more expensive than aluminized steel is, but the black coating on the system is still going to help it to resist any rust or corrosion that you might otherwise get if you just had a bare aluminized system. This system does have a 304 stainless tip that's also black powder coated, again giving you that little bit of additional attitude. Now, this system here is going to keep your muffler in the same location as the factory muffler. It's just, of course, a smaller muffler, but this will completely delete your factory resonator, which is part of the reason that you're going to get that lower and louder exhaust note. There is also an MBRP system similar to this one that will relocate this same style muffler up to where that factory resonator sits, so you're gonna have a little bit less stuff to get banged up on the rocks. If you spend time on the trail, that might be a better system to take a look at. This is going to be a 1 out of 3 wrench installation that shouldn't take you more than an hour to complete, although if you have worked on exhaust systems before, you know that they are rust magnets. It's a great idea to spray all of the clamps, nuts, bolts, and hangers well ahead of time with a good penetrating oil. Do it multiple times if you can. It's definitely going to speed the install along. Now, the first step in this installation is really working from the back to the front, removing all of the components up to the catalytic converter collectors. That'll include, of course, removing your muffler, your over axle pipe, your factory resonator, get all of that stuff out of the way by first removing the clamps, and then pulling, tugging, prying, whatever you need to do to get that system out of the way. Once that is completely out of the way, if you're installing this on a 2-door JK, you are going to have to cut this extension pipe down. Just follow the instructions. You're going to cut around 20.5 inches off of the system. You can do that with a cutoff wheel, with a hacksaw, with a sawzall, whatever you choose to use to make that cut. After you made that cut, again, if you have a 2-door or if you have a 4-door, just right out of the box, you'll attach this extension pipe to the factory hanger and to the catalytic converter collector pipe with the clamp that is included. After that, you will attach the over axle pipe to that. Finally, attach the muffler, the tailpipe, and the tip. Now, leave all of those clamps loose for the time being. That way you can level and get everything set exactly where you want it, then work again from the front to the back, tightening all of your clamps. This system will run you right around $400, which is one of the less expensive Cat-Backs that we have on the site. And the reason that this is a little bit of a lower cost is the fact that this uses that aluminized steel versus a stainless steel. Now, if you live in the Rust Belt, if you want a system that's going to last a really long time, you probably want to look at one of those stainless systems. However, if you're on a bit more of a budget, you're not as worried about rust, you don't live in an area where there is rust, then going with an aluminized system and saving a little bit of money might be just fine for you. And even though this is an aluminized system, it is covered from tip to tip with a high temp black coating that's definitely going to help cut down on the rust. So all in all, I think this is a pretty good deal. So if you're looking for a black single outlet that'll save you a little bit of money, I definitely recommend looking at this MBRP Black Series Cat-Back exhaust that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.